Hey, Gopher fans, it's Mike Grimm from Gopher Radio and Gophersports.com, and welcome back. It's another edition of Gopher Talk. It's presented by Affinity Plus, committed to the safety of their members, their employees, and their communities during this time. You can learn more at affinityplus.org, and we appreciate Affinity's support of Golden Gopher Athletics. We hope you've been enjoying our Gopher chats as we continue through this stay-at-home time, although some of these limitations are starting to be lifted a little bit. Shane Wiskus, Gopher gymnast, is with us, and for the third time in 3 years, he's been named the Big Ten Men's Gymnast of the Year. Shane, good to see you, and congratulations on the great honor announced this week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about that. You're in some pretty rare company. You're just the fourth gymnast in the history of the Big Ten to win this 3 times. And, you know, who knows, next year maybe you can get the complete sweep. But what's it mean, one, to win this, and two, to get into some select company, including with some Gopher legends?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really cool award to have gotten. And now that I've gotten it for the third time, it kind of seems like, you know, now that I have to get the fourth. So it's a little bit of pressure there. But, yeah, I mean, I just try to focus during the season on doing the best I can for the team and putting up the best scores that I can. So it's nice to see something come from that.
Well, before we ask you about that chance to go for the fourth, let's talk about your third season. Again, obviously, you had another really good year individually. What was the disappointment level, though, like when everything kind of came to such an abrupt halt as you guys are getting ready for postseason competition?
Extremely disappointing. I mean, my first, I think right when I found out was about a week after our most recent home meet was scheduled to happen. I found out that both NCAA season was canceled and the Olympic season was potentially going to be canceled. So my level of disappointment was just through the roof, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. I've been competing for, you know, however many years now, and I've never not had a competition in front of me. So, you know, now I'm sitting here today and I don't even know when my next competition is going to be. So it's, you know, I wish I would have had the rest of my season, but at the same time, it's just the situation that we're in.
Yeah, obviously you represent your home state with the University of Minnesota, but as you mentioned, you represent your country, Team USA, in a bunch of different things. What's the pride like in both those opportunities?
Right. They both have their own perks. I mean, being a hometown kid, you know, it's nice to be able to represent your state and where you're from. And, you know, a lot of people didn't think I would come here. And when I was being recruited, you know, a lot of head coaches were saying that I was making the wrong decision. But in the end of the day, I'm a hometown kid. I wanted to represent Minnesota and my state. And, you know, that's just such a high level of pride for me. And then I've been training as a junior national leading up to now senior national team member for the last couple of years now. And, you know, that carries its own weight. You know, you follow the footsteps of just legends in the sport, and you just do your best to withhold that standard and level of competition and wear the USA with pride.
You, with the Gophers, certainly were a big part of the national runner-up finish a couple of years ago. So do you feel like some of those coaches on other teams that said you were making the wrong decision, that you proved them wrong by putting Minnesota on the map, so to speak?
Oh, that was the best feeling in the world. You know, after that season was over, I had racked up a good amount of awards, and our team did incredible. We won just about every single competition we went to. So to go to, you know, even just a dual meet with someone that, you know, had told me that I wasn't going to do well at Minnesota, and to beat them at home, it's just, you know, the best feeling. So,
one of our favorite guys is your head coach, Mike Burns. Obviously, he's quite a character. What's it like performing for him and having him coach you?
Right. I mean, he's just probably one of the most positive people you could ever talk to. I mean, no matter what is going on, he always finds a way to put a positive spin on it. So if something's going awry in a competition and, you know, the team needs some uplifting, he's always there to, you know, speak positively and get the team amped up and let everyone know that it's not the end of the world and that we still got this. And training alongside him is just, you know, every day we go into gym and we have this big lineup, and he sits us, or not sits us, but he he kind of talks to us for about 20 minutes, and every day he comes up with new quotes or stories or, motivational topics to discuss. And, just every day before practice, he's always there with something to say and something to get you amped up before gym.
Well, he and I, over the course of my time here, we've established a kind of a fun tradition for different events where it started at the state fair. We were on the stage at the state fair, and I believe it was way back in 2006. And, there were a handful of people there, and I kind of jokingly said, hey, we got to get these people riled up. Let's draw a crowd. Can you do a somersault or something? He's like, well, I can walk across the stage on my hands. So we did that. Now we've done that, in all kinds of different settings, at team banquets, at all sports banquets, at the Gopher road trip, and it gets a good reaction. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Are you at a spot where you can pay tribute to Mike Burns and give us a little handstand live on Zoom here?
Oh, for sure. Here, let me
Let's
just
try this.
Set up the camera. We good?
All right. Yeah, we're great. We can see everything. Here we go. Shane Wiskus, 3-time men's gymnast of the year. There it is, live on Zoom in honor of his head coach, Mike Burns. Looks easy, doesn't it? Can walk across the room. There it is. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a fan I had to walk around too, so I didn't want to hit that.
No, you don't like it when whatever it is hits the fan, that's for sure. One of the other things here during this stay-at-home time, we were talking before we came on the Zoom meeting. I'll let you catch your breath there for a second. I know you're in good physical condition, but walking on your hands is not, something that you're just doing every day. The whiteboard behind you, you and your roommates are playing board games, or what do you got going?
Yeah, we got a little tournament going on. It's the first person to win 5 games. We just kind of started it a couple weeks ago, but you can see that there's games like Uno, Life, Spy Alley, Jacks, Clue. Just 5 games each. The person to win the most games wins. And we started out just kind of playing, random games every night, but we thought we'd put a little spin on it and make some friendly competition.
Yeah, got to have that competition for sure. Last one for you. Obviously, nobody knows for sure when everything, will get back to quote unquote normal. Obviously, you like things to happen quickly so you can get back to Team USA and to the Gophers. What are you doing, or how could you, outside of walking on your hands for a Zoom meeting, how can you kind of stay in shape? Obviously, I'm guessing you're not allowed into the gym at this point. And when I say gym, I don't mean like a basketball gym. We're talking about gym with all the apparatus and the mat and everything you need. So how are you doing all that?
Yeah, so I think it's just the best thing that I can do in this time is to maintain a baseline level of physical fitness. Obviously, I can't do a lot of things right now, and you're right, I can't get into a gym and do gymnastics. But by utilizing just body weight training, I have a pair of parallettes here. They're like just little handles that sit on the ground. You can do press handstands, planches, just a ton of body weight stuff just to make sure that you're doing everything you can to stay fit. And we've been doing a bunch of team activities through text messages and different challenges to kind of motivate people to work out and stay fit. And you made a little joke about it, but actually doing it handstands is probably one of the best things you can do in this time. Gymnastics, every single event on the men's side there's a handstand every single event, no matter which event. So if you can really build up the strength there on the side, then when you come back, it'll be that much easier.
Well, I think we may have made Zoom history. Everyone's doing Zoom meetings. You may have become the first person to ever do a live handstand in a Zoom meeting. So not only are you 3-time Big Ten Men's Gymnast of the Year, you've set, I think, probably a record there too.
Sweet. Right on.
All right. We appreciate it, Shane. Thanks so much. Again, congratulations, and let's hope stuff gets back to normal and we can see you on campus here soon.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, very good. He's Shane Wiskus, one of the all-time great men's gymnasts here at the University of Minnesota. Our Gopher Chat is sponsored by Affinity Plus. So long.